Hey, hey, shout out to 93 Zay. Now, maybe this picture don't even get the idea, but when I say we have the big dig out, pause, I shouldn't even have to say pause because this is what I mean. Alright, this is some shit you ain't gotta deal with in Vegas, my brother, my dude. I know y'all get sandstorms, maybe shit like that every now and then. But and this is the thing, man. It looks worse. I mean, it don't look as bad as it is probably on this film. All right. And as you get old, walking through this shit become a problem. Shit like this, right? Everybody supposed to, I don't know who. Oh, yeah, nobody owns this apartment. Normal. Well, shit, damn. Now you got a parking spot. Somebody want to buy some real estate here in New York. There you go, bro. Pause that, take that video. These houses go for like $1 million and up now, man. Shit. I didn't hit the mega millions. But, yeah. So, this video ain't about the snow. Obviously. I wouldn't post it on my YouTube channel if it was. I really want to do another mission statement when it comes to, the 10 Toes Down podcast, because I see, man, like, I ain't gonna lie, man. I ain't gonna lie. Look at this shit, bro. Look at these mounds. And see, the worst part about it, hold on, I'll finish it up on the snow. The worst part about it is right now it's about 15 degrees. That's what it feel like. And it won't get no higher than 20, 25 the rest of the week. So, again, I know they go through shit like this up in Canada. And, upstate and, up in New England, they go through shit like this. But the difference is New York City is the biggest city in the country, the most densely populated part of the country. So therefore, you got all these cars that got to find somewhere to go. Look at this shit. This whole right side. I think there's a parking space over there that's basically blotted out. Most of these cars, most of these houses on the block, I don't live in one of these, they have garages and parking, and driveways, but you still have, they can only fit so many cars. So you also have other tenants that live here, and some of you have cars. Plus, this is also, you got I-95, 2 blocks that way, I-287, or 278 actually, that way. So this is a major hub where cars are coming down trying to get to the highway. So my particular block. And like I said, people are still shoveling in the morning, man. I bought a pack of rock salt. Where I'm at, I probably don't need to get out when I leave. So, but anyway. So that's what I mean by the great dig out, Zay, just so you know. But I want to get on the mission statement of the 10 Toes Down podcast in my channel again, because what we, and the main part of this video too is to tribute Kobe. Shout out to Kobe. It is the 6th anniversary of his passing. Unfortunately, we must celebrate his legacy. And unfortunately, we must defend his legacy. And the fact that we have to do this 6 years later is really the problem, right? And again, I'm going to address things the way they need to be addressed. There is a certain element that's attacking this man's legacy. January 25th, 2020, LeBron James, he passed Kobe Bryant in scoring, an all-time leading scorer, right? I forget what the exact number is, but he passed Kobe that night. That was a Saturday night against Philly, ironically, Kobe's hometown, right? And the next night, I was under the impression that Kobe was there at that game, but no, he wasn't. He was home in LA. He watched it on television. Okay. The next morning, he passed away on January 26th, 2020. Um, Funny, it might, that very well could have been the last NBA game he ever watched. And it's unfortunate that 6 years later, we have to be defending his legacy the way we do. But we do it because that legacy, that so-called legacy, is attacked by the fan base of one LeBron Ramon James. And, again, I say this, I do not make a channel to attack LeBron nor his fan base. But on this channel, I will attack LeBron and his fan base as I so see fit. And again, the reason why I'm addressing it and the reason why I'm feeling the need to defend Kobe's legacy on the anniversary or the day after the anniversary of his passing is because of said fact. Kobe Bryant is attacked ad nauseum by LeBron James and his fan base. As LeBron James' fan base attacks a lot of other players, right? And recently, on TikTok and my show with Travis, former Go James Kingdom panel member, on our show, Debunk, the show that we decided to, doing this on a regular basis together, I was attacked too. I was called a hypocrite. I was called this and that. And I'm almost at a loss for words as to why. Well, again, it's funny, LeBron and his fans and his undercover fans, shout out to you, Hollywood Herm. Shout out to you. There's some of those wormy individuals you could ever meet, encounter, or talk basketball with. Wormy. Let me Google wormy real quick as a definition, so I can really drive this point home. Okay, let me Google wormy real quick. Hold on 1 second. Wormy is a SpongeBob. Oh, is this okay? Hold on. All right. Wormy. The SpongeBob episode. Well, I'm doing the wormy. Okay. A person of a person, weak, abject, or revolting. You wormy piece of slime. Okay, let me get another definition. Okay, it either means infested with worms or resembling or suggestive of a worm. And everything knows when you talk about worms, they're very slimy. Being that the worms are very slimy, they're very hard to catch. And this is how LeBron fans act. They're hard to catch. They're hard, like they slither and slime around to where you can't really catch them on an argument. And see, here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. When you give LeBron James a legitimate criticism, it is always met with a lot of emotion. They call you a hater. They don't never hear what you say out. And yet, when you criticize the next player, and I did, again, this is from a TikTok conversation I had, and it's also what I had with, again, and I don't want to act like these conversations have really affected me. They haven't, because I know, again, this is 10 toes down, Mr. 10 toes down over here. I know what the hell I say and why I say it. But when you try to explain your position and what you're talking about, LeBron fans and his undercover fans, shout out to you, Hollywood Herm, they cannot and will not they slime around. Because again, you criticize him, they don't let you explain what you really mean. And it really isn't in the criticism. Last night on TikTok, I said LeBron James is soft on defense. Well, what do you mean he's soft? What I mean is LeBron James is not a person adverse to that dedicates himself to being physical. He's not a physical player. He does not. I want to say this again. He does not like physicality, and I have a lot of examples to prove why. Now we all know the flopping. We all know the flopping. The flopping is meant to sell contact or sell non-contact. LeBron James is often selling non-contact. LeBron James is often being tapped in the jaw or tapped on the head and laying down on the ground for multiple minutes. LeBron James is selling contact to the point he's selling non-contact. We've seen him not get hit. We've seen him get tapped like the wind of Jason Tatum's elbow hit him in the beard, and the man stayed down on the floor for minutes. Now, does that mean LeBron James is soft? No, he's gaming. It's an effort of gamesmanship, right? But I've been watching this man for his whole career. LeBron James is not a guy who likes physical contact. I want to say it again. He does not like physical contact. This is why he complains so much when he gets hit anywhere above the neck area. I mean, you're talking about the guy that elbowed a fucking boxer's cut above the eye to Isaiah Stewart, to the point where Isaiah Stewart was trying to get at this motherfucker, going back to the back tunnel to get around to fight him. Okay? Isaiah Stewart was leaking. LeBron James has stayed on the ground for 3 fucking minutes. Let's be real. I've seen LeBron James stay on the ground for 3 minutes for a touch, like a little slap to the bridge of his nose, a little soft slap to the bridge of his nose, where DeMarcus Cousins was thrown out with a flagrant 2 for doing. And I saw a guy get hit with getting hit in the head, not in the helmet part, not in the hard helmet part, with a 99-mile-an-hour fastball and get up faster. This is documented. I forget the player. It was on the Dodgers. It might have been Schwarber when he played there. It might have been somebody else. Forget. I don't watch baseball that much anymore to even remember who, but I do know it was like one of the guys who was a catcher or some shit like that. Could have been Paul Duca for all I know, man. But anyway, LeBron James stood on the ground for a minimum contact more. Now again, that itself doesn't mean he was soft. And trust me, I'm going to get back to honoring Kobe's legacy. I just want to show you what I'm dealing with here, because again, this is honoring Kobe. We're going to honor Kobe tonight on 10 Toes Down. I'm definitely going to do 10 Toes Down. Come hell or hot water. I don't know what time exactly, but I'm scheduling it for about 9:30 to 10 p.m. He stayed down on the ground for marginal contact longer than a guy who got hit by a 90-something mile an hour fastball in the head. And that doesn't make LeBron James soft either. It means that he's, but what you gotta understand, it means that he's basically selling that contact for a fact. And we all see it. We've seen his teammates play on while he's laid on the ground, writhing in pain from a minimal contact like foul or non-contact that he's trying to sell. He's a horrible seller, because again, I mean, really, if it was WWE, he would look like a fucking fool. You actually have to sell the fake hit or the kick that taps the bridge of you know what I'm saying? If Shawn Michaels super kicks you, he is not kicking you with the full force, yet he is making it look like he does. He's stopping short of kicking your head off. And it's up to the other wrestler who took the super kick to sell it. Again, he's making contact, but he's not making full-fledged contact. So it's like movie violence, the violence you see in movies. They're not exactly punching each other, but they're making it look like it. This is LeBron James. They're not the Oscar winner stunt double. That's what LeBron James is on the basketball court. So again, when I say that, LeBron James is not like, and this is the lengths he will go to avoid being hard foul. Now, has LeBron been fouled hard in his career? Of course he has. Does he drive the basket? Of course he does. But the point that I was making is that LeBron James, one thing LeBron James will not do is be very physical on defense. Yes, LeBron James has had seasons where he's averaging less than 3 fouls. For a guy who's supposed to be a great defenders pick up 2 to 3 fouls. They pick up 2 to 3 fouls. I guarantee you I can look at LeBron James' career, and let's do this real quick. LeBron James has seasons. Let me look at this. I'm almost guarantee you, and again, I don't know these numbers. I'm just, I guarantee you he has seasons where he doesn't even pick up 2.5 fouls. Yes, his first rookie season. So LeBron James has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. LeBron James has had more than 2 fouls. And again, you saying he guarding without fouling is being a great defender. Well, guess what? Physical defenders foul. Right now, Carly Towns averaging 4.5, and he's a soft defender. Okay? He's a bad defender. But that's, neither here nor there. 9 of his last 10 seasons, LeBron James has not averaged 2 fouls. 2024, he averaged 1.1 foul a game. His career high in fouls is 2006 at 2.3. I mean, basically, he's averaged 2 fouls 6 of his 23 seasons so far. So, I mean, that's just a number. But LeBron James does not use physicality on defensive end whatsoever. LeBron James is not a guy who's going to get in there and lock horns with another big. And this is the point that I was making, but yet I never got to land that point because LeBron James and the guys who love him. Well, let me just do it with Kobe Bryant. Let me just do it with Kobe Bean Bryant because this is about Kobe, right? And again, I can see with my own eyes. I can go back and look, even late in Kobe's career, where he's in there jostling with play. So Kobe Bryant averaged 3.3 fouls at one point. Kobe Bryant, and really only the last, 4, when he was a rookie, and 5 of his, and this is why Kobe Bryant is on all NBA defensive teams more than often. You're telling me that LeBron James mastered the art of playing defense without fouling and Kobe Bryant couldn't? When LeBron James at power forward and small forward is technically at the more physical position, the position that demands more physicality, Kobe Bryant is averaging 3 fouls a game. Now, again, am I just using fouls a game to determine that a player is physical? I'm telling you that Kobe Bryant is much more willing, physical defender. LeBron James is a guy who was going to avoid contact on both the offensive end and defensive end. And just because he drives a lot does not mean he is not trying to avoid contact. When I say the invisible halo, yes, you get within 2 feet and you even look like you touched the golden child, you're going to issue a foul. And you might get issued a flagrant foul depending on how he falls and sells your contact. And I can name the examples. I can show the examples. I don't really have the ability. I really wish I had the ability right now to cut and clip. I'll get there. But right now, this is what it is. The DeMarcus Cousins play, when I saw DeMarcus Cousins get kicked out with a flagrant 2, you get enough flagrant points, you get a 1-game suspension. LeBron James has no, you talking about DeMarcus Cousins, at the time, he still was an all-star level player. He was actually trying to regain his career and get, get. This man literally sold that goddamn contact. And again, it's gamesmanship, but whatever, man. The Mamba and I'm gonna say this again because this goes back to my Karl Anthony Towns, Tim Duncan post, and when I'm basically showing you that numbers don't always mean everything. Because at the end of the day, Karl Anthony Towns does have a lot of numbers that are superior to Duncan's, both at the 11 seasons and for Duncan's career. Okay, but it shows you that numbers don't mean everything, right? I get it. Karl Anthony Towns averages 4.6 fouls this year, which is fucking bananas, right? Because even Kobe Bryant, Karl Anthony Towns is not physical. He's just a stupid defender. That's the difference. So, just looking at a number doesn't mean everything. But again, it does say something where LeBron James has never been a physical defender because he's not picking up fouls. He's not willing to send messages. He's not willing to get in there and jostle the paint. Well, Karl Anthony Towns is 3.7, not 4.6. That's what someone said. So it's a non-fact. But either way, Karl Anthony Towns every single season of his career, except for the second, averaged north of 3 fouls a game. But that's because he's a bad defender. Anyway, I mean, look, when I bring up numbers, when I bring up him being at the age 33, the third slowest defender of guys who play significant minutes, because I know that you'll find 4 other players slower than Dirk Nowitzki and James Harden. Those guys can play enough minutes. I guarantee you they're getting in garbage time. And, one of those possessions, everybody's just standing around letting the clock run out. So I guarantee you that pretty much affects the numbers on that end. Again, the mission statement here, man, is we're going to say what we're going to say. And again, like I go to other channels and I try to explain the things that I'm explaining on this channel or whatever. And guys they don't let you talk. They get in their feelings. And it's only LeBron fans. I can talk about it. It's funny because I sat there and I described the entire Lakers roster. And I said Luka's a bad defender. Very slow-footed. Not, always whiffing, always reaching at the ball, getting nothing out of it. DeAndre Ayton is soft. No pushback, right? Rui Hachimura, not exactly the most fleet-footed, probably the best, most capable defender of the normal starters. I know that Marcus Smart is starting while Austin Reeves is out. Okay, Austin Reeves not a great defender either, but very willing, moves his feet. LeBron James is a guy who stands in the middle of defense, usually guard fifth options, basically almost always guard fifth options, and pretty much is what you call a roamer. So a lot of roamers, guys who play the center of the defense, they're gonna stop. They're gonna stop. Like you could see that Draymond Green was among the slowest movers, but Draymond Green is a guy who's going to react most plays. LeBron James is a guy who's going to watch most plays. We've seen that season where LeBron James literally kicked at the ball. We've seen that season where Kyle Kuzma had to push LeBron James into a closeout. Here's the thing. Usually your fastest moving defender, what this next gen stat shows, is usually a wing player, a small forward, a guy who is guarding the best perimeter player. You know what I'm saying? So usually he's the guy that has to move the most. Yes, a lot of people will stand on defense because they're guarding off the ball and they're guarding the player that's not actually making moves unless the player is moving around the court. So most players are sedentary on defense. So the average speed will be affected and such. LeBron James is guarding nobody half the time. He's guarding fifth option. He's watching the play. He's not really reacting when the ball gets his way. And again, he's part of the reason why the Lakers are the worst defensive three-point team in the league. Is Luka part of it? Yes. Is Ayton part of it? Yes. Is Marcus Smart part of it? Even him? Who's the best defender on the Lakers? Again, we can go back to Mamba, right? You know, to Mamba. Yes, Mamba was taking defensive plays while playing his career. I have no problem admitting that. No problem admitting that. But I also see Mamba get in there and guard the best player the year before. At age 34, the year where he tore his Achilles. He was out there guarding every night. Guarding every night because Steve Nash couldn't. Steve Nash was his backcourt mate. You're not going to be the Lakers. You're not going to play in that Western Conference. And not like he's guarding James Harden. He's guarding what do you mean other guards? He's guarding Russell Westbrook if he has to. He's guarding Mike Conley. He's taking the guy who's going to carve Steve Nash up like Swiss cheese. With, you know what I'm saying, with a butcher's knife. Okay? He's guarding that guy at age 34. Steve Nash, a few years older than him, never the greatest defender in the first place. Kobe Bryant don't want to tore his Achilles, and he came back early and things like that. So my deal is, again, LeBron James, it's been 11 years since he made an All-NBA defensive team. Kobe Bryant went 11 years without making an All-NBA defensive team. So I'm gonna tell you again, you can sit there and use all the whataboutisms all you want. The observation is true. LeBron James is a soft defender. Oh, there's another fact. 2017. The 2016, 2017, the year after Kevin Durant goes to the Warriors, Russell Westbrook starts the season off and he's on a triple-double pace. He's averaging triple-doubles. A lot of people think that was stat padding. Okay, yeah, I can admit there was to a point it was stat padding when OKC was pretty much letting him get rebounds a lot of the times. But a lot of that rebounding in turns jumping up and getting rebounds, especially on the defensive end, with other big men. I'm going to say this, LeBron James that season, and you can look by his stats, his stats went up to about 8.6, and I think that was his career high in rebounds to this day, and he averaged about 8 point something. LeBron James was trying to average a triple-double that year. Russell Westbrook was averaging a triple-double. I think LeBron in his heart of hearts wanted to be, he wanted to be the first guy. He wanted to be Westbrook. Let's keep it real. But LeBron James was not physical enough to get the rebounds and really not shrewd enough and had the ball in his hand enough to get the assists. Mind you, he's with Cleveland that year, right? So this is the year after. He's also, for all intents and purposes, leading that. And that was a great season. Probably the last season why I think LeBron James was worthy of even being in an MVP discussion, to be honest. If you want to tell me 2020, okay. I mean, honestly, I think LeBron James wasn't even MVP of his own team in 2020, but that's neither here nor there. He wasn't playing much defense either, but, that's another story. So the idea is LeBron James wanted to average triple-double. You could see his uptick in stats that he was trying to get it, but LeBron James was not physical enough to go hit the boards like that. But Kobe, and they're not power forwards. Jordan and Kobe were never out there to get 10 rebounds a game. LeBron James wanted to do it. Now, because Russell Westbrook gets 10 rebounds a game, Russell Westbrook's a lot willing to be more physical than LeBron James. And he's shown even late in his career he's willing to take the best play. I've seen a guy guarding Kevin Durant for a whole game in the playoffs late in his career. I don't see LeBron James guarding Kevin Durant. I know he hasn't played Kevin Durant in a playoff series since 2018 when he was 33. Actually, that season he was 33. Yeah, that's the season before he goes to the Lakers. Again, I'm going to say this again. And I know I talk about LeBron a lot in this Kobe video. We will speak about Kobe. But this is the thing. Kobe Bryant never cheated the game. Kobe Bryant gave his body to the game, bro. Kobe Bryant played. Kobe Bryant went to Europe to when his knees was fucked up. Kobe Bryant left, Kobe Bryant left it all out there. LeBron is not. And it's allowed LeBron to stick around and play longer and accumulate stats and pad his stats. Kobe Bryant gave it all out there. He cut his career short at 13 at age 34. He'd be 35 that summer, trying to get the Lakers to the playoffs that year. They had Dwight Howard. They traded for Dwight Howard. He wasn't going to sit there and let his team not make the playoffs. LeBron James did. I saw it. LeBron James had Dwight Howard later on, right? One of 6 Hall of Famers. And they didn't even make the play-in tournament. LeBron James quit on that season, bro. LeBron James left the team. He played 55 games that year. He left the team. When things were going shitty, he left the team. While Kobe Bean Bryant was literally trying to literally leaving the game on crutches. This is when I started respecting Kobe Bryant. Funny, I'm protecting his legacy, but Kobe Bryant was never my favorite player. He was just never my favorite person. But I come to, as I've gotten older, and me and him are the same age, basically, but as I've gotten older, I've come to respect. I've always respected that man, but I've come to appreciate that man. He left it out there. He could have sat there and said, fuck it, I'm packing in the season. This is what LeBron James, that's what, 34, he's guarding the man that Steve Nash can't guard every night. If the point guard is the matchup, he's guarding him. Steve Nash, get out the way. I'm guarding Mike Conley tonight. Steve Nash, if the guard matchup is, I'm trying to think who is Chris Paul, I'm going Chris Paul. Chris Paul's gonna tear your ass up. I'm going Chris Paul. I'm going Steph tonight. This is Steph in his 4th year. You Clay catch and shoot. Try your best to stick with him, or get him out of here, Mike Brown, or D'Antoni, whoever the fuck was going. Kobe Bean Bryant left it all out there, man. And this is funny. This is why LeBron James has now 6 years since then to pad his points over Kobe. 6 calendar years since passing Kobe that night. And they played a game last night. So 6 years in one game. It's amazing, man. Kobe gave it all, bro. The last 3 years of his career, he was a shell of himself. He tried to come back too early. He wanted to win championships, man. He tried. And at the end of the day, at the end of the day, Kobe Bryant accomplished the 5 championships, 2 and Finals MVPs, the 1 MVP. And we know it could have and it should have been more. I mean, MVP is a hard thing, man. I don't judge off MVPs like others do, because MVP, I judge off how long you're an MVP candidate, because the damn sure shows you that you're in a certain class. They don't just put anybody in MVP conversations. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't just put anybody in MVP conversations. So even be a finalist or top 3 or top 5, that's a significant accomplishment. But the vote is based on the story. You know what I mean? Kobe, unfortunately, the storyline never worked in his favor. But yet, Kobe Bryant was the main scorer, or the second main scorer, or the 1A scorer on teams that won 5 NBA championships. 7 Western Conferences when the Western was stacked. That's the Kobe legacy, man. I can't even put it into words. I can't put it into words. I would have to have a video montage of Kobe Bryant for y'all guys to understand how great Kobe Bean Bryant was, man. And the fact that this substitute teacher, this fraudulent, this fake, stat padding grifter. See, this is how you really roast LeBron, you undercover wormy Brown fan, Hollywood Hearn. This is how you really roast him. This motherfucker is a stat padding, cheat the game, cheat the narrative, fix the narrative, use your best friend as an agent to fucking game people, get your own teammates traded without acting like you did it, had a hand in it. That's who LeBron James is. And I'm going to say it. Kobe Bryant never did none of that shit, bro. Was Kobe Bryant an Army teammate? Was he a teammate that thought he was too good for some of his teammates to even talk to him? Yeah. But he was also a guy that if you went out there and worked hard and played hard, he was going to love you, man. So, I mean, I'm going to wrap it up here. It's a 35-minute video, man. Kobe, man, respect. You will always have my respect. And there's nothing that slime ball can do to ever be better, greater than you, in my opinion. Peace.